What's going on, everyone? So the Los Angeles Lakers could use a trade, ideally multiple, right? A lot of reports about a Nikola Vucevic. They've been linked to, Valanciunas. They could use a big man. They could use perimeter help, whether that's another 3-and-D wing or you're going and grabbing like a point of attack guard, ideally like a Bruce Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, Lonzo Ball, something like that, where you could slot him alongside an Austin Reeves, kind of help with the defense, go with like a Dorian Finney-Smith, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis, and just have a much better balanced starting unit than what you have right now currently. Also, Max Christie has been great for the Lakers this year, but I really like him as like your secondary kind of 2-guard, 3-and-D wing, right? Having him just not have to have so much pressure. You've seen a couple times, just the youth, right? It's what it really boils down to, the youth. Now, hopefully, the idea is to get a trade done sooner rather than later. Lakers want to take a step back. Lakers want to evaluate and kind of go over things. But if a deal is there, supposedly the Lakers will make a move. The reason I wanted to bring this up is because if the Lakers were ever going to make a trade, like this little window that they have coming up would be the best time, right? I talked about, we had a similar window, not this big, but we had a similar window. And then, Dorian Finney-Smith trade happened. This window, we don't leave California. We're here in California, the Lakers, till January 27th. So, like, 3 weeks the Lakers stay in California. Their, 2 road games are against the Clippers, which is still, LA area. Now they're in, Inglewood, I believe. And then you have the Golden State Warriors, who are in the Bay, right? So you're in California literally 3 weeks, and that would put you out a week and a half from the trade deadline. I'm not saying you have to do everything during this stretch. I'm not saying you have to go and make 15 trades between now and the 27th. But again, if you could get that other piece, right? If you could, even if it's just like a Valanciunas or something, right? The center element, right? Lakers could use 3-and-D wing or guard and then a center. Even if you just go grab a Nikola Vucevic, if that's really what the Lakers want, or a Jonas Valanciunas, bring them in, have them, because now you'd have time to really acclimate, right? You'd be able to get some practices in because you are in California all this time, so you'd be able to get some reps. This is also good for Dorian Finney-Smith, by the way, because Dorian Finney-Smith hasn't really gotten to work out with the team because the Lakers have been on the road for the most part, right? So now you're going to have some spots and some days to get some workouts, some reps in, work out some, just small stuff, right? They have games like literally every day or like back-to-backs. So I don't think the Lakers are going to have like these like crazy workouts, these crazy practices, but still like just kind of, even if it's just walkthroughs, right? Even if it's just simple things to kind of get guys acclimated, get guys comfortable, now would be a great time to do that. Go pull off that trade now, bring that piece in. You can kind of get that acclimated again, kind of do, like I mentioned, the walkthroughs and all that stuff. And you should hopefully get a head start and kind of expedite things. Obviously, it takes 2 teams to tangle, right? Obviously, other teams have to be willing to make moves now and not wait till the trade deadline. But if I'm Rob, like I would be pushing a little harder, right? I'd be kind of like, hey, like where are you at, right? Like what's changing between now and the trade deadline, right? Like what do you? Where's your headspace at as far as this trade goes, right? Like really try to kind of break down and see if maybe you can convert one of these teams to give you a piece or two that you need, right? I'm not saying, again, you have to go get Bruce Brown and Valanciunas and, whatever else, like all these things. And now you got like 5. I mean, obviously, the sooner the better, because the more time you have to kind of get, again, acclimated, team builds chemistry, relationships, camaraderie, all that stuff, right? The better. But if you could just kind of get that other position and piece of need to bring in, slot in, right? So now Dorian Finney-Smith can kind of get more comfortable. We'll just say Vucevic, just use him as an example. Let's say you did go get a Nikola Vucevic, right? Well, now he can kind of get acclimated. He can get more comfortable. You can kind of test different things. Again, just do like various walkthroughs and stuff like that for practice. Kind of get different looks at things, right? Like that, I think, would be just chef kiss, right? Like, because again, like one, the Lakers need trades sooner rather than later regardless. But now you're not trying to figure stuff out while you're going on the road. Now you're not having this guy fly from here to then go here, right? Because he has to go from, let's say, it's a trade with whatever, Atlanta, right? Or Chicago, right? Say Nikola Vucevic, right? If you're on the road and stuff, he's got to fly, he's got to go from Chicago to fly to LA to go do the physicals, do everything, get, all of his stuff, then boom, fly back to wherever you're at on the road, let's say, New York, right? It's just like going all over the place. It's just, you have everything in-house now. Have everything at home. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen tomorrow or, the next day. But you got some time here. And it would be nice. Now, the Lakers also want to wait on Jared Vanderbilt, Gabe Vincent, guys like that, kind of see how do they look. Jared Vanderbilt is apparently ramping up. Jared Vanderbilt has already done 5-on-5s with the coaching staff. Now he's expected to start moving towards 5-on-5s with the actual team and roster, right? That's the next step, and start really getting into the physical activity and stuff like that. My guess, and this is just my guess is he's probably a week or two out still, maybe like give or take, maybe a week and a half, something like that. But he should be back during this stretch. Ideally, right? Fingers crossed. Right? You never know with Jared Vanderbilt. But that's something else that's really good for him, too. And just the Lakers, period. Because, again, you're going to be able to get more practices in. You're going to be able to get more reps in. You're going to be able to do more than you do on the road. So Jared Vanderbilt's going to kind of, instead of him having to travel, okay, well, we got to put things on hold because I got to go to this place. Like, no, now he can, stay the course, really work hard, ramp up, and hopefully get to the court sooner rather than later. And then also get, 7-8 games, hopefully, under his belt. Because luckily, the Lakers are again, every other day, like all month. And, like, they still have, I think, 13 games off the top of my head, or 12 games, something like that. So I think it's 12 games now. So Lakers have still, 12 games that they can work out on. And so if he comes back, midway through that, then he'd have another 6 games to kind of work through, which is good, right? If you were ever going to have a guy come back and want to get as many reps as possible for the trade deadline, you'd want a month like this where it's just boom, 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 boom. And now Jared Vanderbilt come in, kind of get acclimated, get comfortable. It's going to take him some time to really get back to being himself. No one should expect Jared Vanderbilt to come in and just be the Jared Vanderbilt we know and love. He might be a little bit of a scrub for a while. Right? It might take him a little while to really, because you got to think the guy just had 2 foot surgeries, right? So I don't imagine he got to do a bunch of running and cardio and activities, right? I don't think he was out there taking 1,000 jump shots a day and stuff like that. So he might be a bit rusty, and at times you're get this guy off the court, but you got to stick with him. You got to ride through it. So the Lakers have a really good stretch here. This is very important. Right? Obviously, you need to win as many of these games as possible. Lakers have a really good month and a really good chance. It's unfortunate they blew one of those games against Dallas, because if you handled business, we wouldn't be in this stretch. But lo and behold, it's the Lakers, of course, and the Lakers do Laker things, as always, and it's frustrating. But you are in a very good stretch. Ton of home games. Take care of home court. Right? Handle business, start gaining some traction, gaining some leverage in the standings, start trying to catch some of these guys. On top of that, you are in a better position to pull off a trade, to try to get a guy or two in, that now you're at home for just this extended stretch, so you can get more work in, you can get more reps in, you can get guys more acclimated, you can get guys more together and organized and stuff, and have guys better understand the offensive actions, defensive actions, right? The things that you're trying to do overall as a team, right? That's important. So if the Lakers can pull something off sooner rather than later, you get Jared Vanderbilt back. Again, it's this kind of just me, hopefully, speaking it into existence, right? My hope is that something gets done. Right? Rui happened January 21st or something like that? January 23rd? Also, you got to keep in mind, a lot of guys become available. Everyone else that is available to get traded the rest of the season, they all become available January 15th. So teams you might start seeing more just traction in trades, period, because of that. One of the things that I think is going to happen, again, just my guess, I don't know. I think Cam Johnson is going to be a OKC Thunder by like this January 20th, right? Because they're only waiting, my guess is, they're only waiting for Aaron Wiggins and Isaiah Joe to become available for trade, and they don't become available for trade till December 15th. Or, sorry, January 15th. January 15th. So if those two become available January 15th, now they can go and trade for Cam Johnson without breaking up and tearing down their key core guys, trade whatever picks, 3, 4 picks, whatever they need to send out, and then pull off Cam Johnson. So look out for that trade once we get past January 15th. I mean, it could happen on the day. But nonetheless, Lakers got to do something. They got to handle business, got to figure this out. You got to work this out, and hopefully get it done sooner rather than later. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion. Pass a question on you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? Hey, Phil, what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you think, yes, Lakers need to get a move done now ASAP? Do you think, no, be patient, stay the course, take your time, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are. Either way, I'd love to hear it. Let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.